There are moments in life when silence feels heavy, when your thoughts are loud and your heart feels tired. Moments when you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Moments when courage feels distant and fear feels close. Maybe you're standing at the edge of a decision. Maybe you're carrying a burden no one sees. Or maybe you're simply exhausted from being strong for so long. And in moments like these, God speaks. Not with noise, not with pressure, but with truth. Today's message comes from one powerful verse, a verse spoken not to someone comfortable, but to someone afraid. Joshua 1:09. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. These words were not spoken casually. They were spoken at a turning point, a moment of fear, a moment of responsibility, a moment of uncertainty, just like the moments you and I face today. So, who was Joshua? He was not a beginner. He had seen miracles. He had walked with Moses. He had witnessed God part the sea. And yet, when God called him to lead, Joshua was afraid. Why? Because Moses was gone. Because the responsibility was enormous. Because the future was unknown. Joshua wasn't scared because he lacked faith. He was scared because the task was real. And that's important. Fear does not mean you don't trust God. Fear means you are human. God did not shame Joshua for his fear. He did not say, "Why are you afraid?" Instead, God gave him a command. God said, "Be strong and courageous." Notice this, God didn't say feel strong. He said be strong. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is obedience in the presence of fear. Strength is not confidence in yourself. Strength is trust in God when you feel weak. Sometimes strength looks like taking one more step. Sometimes courage looks like getting out of bed. Sometimes faith looks like continuing even when you don't understand. God wasn't asking Joshua to be fearless. God was asking him to move forward anyway. Fear is powerful. Fear tells you, you're not ready. You're not enough. You're going to fail. Fear magnifies the problem and minimizes God. But God says, do not be afraid. Not because fear isn't real, but because God is greater. Fear may walk beside you, but it does not get to lead you. You don't overcome fear by fighting it alone. You overcome fear by walking with God through it. Discouragement is different from fear. Fear comes before the battle. Discouragement comes when the battle lasts too long. Discouragement whispers, "Why hasn't anything changed? Why am I still here? What's the point?" And God speaks directly to that pain. Do not be discouraged. Not because things are easy, but because God is still working, even when you cannot see it. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. And struggle is not failure. Sometimes God is strengthening you before he delivers you. Here is the heart of the verse. The reason courage is possible. The reason strength can exist. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. God does not promise an easy road. He promises his presence. He does not say, "I'll remove every obstacle." He says, "I'll walk with you through them." Wherever you go, into uncertainty, into loss, into responsibility, into healing, into growth, God is already there. You are never walking alone. If you are watching this right now, this verse is for you. If you are afraid, God says, be strong. If you are discouraged, God says, do not give up. If you are uncertain, God says, I am with you. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step with God beside you. Let this verse settle in your heart today, not as words, but as truth. Joshua 1-9. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. If this message encouraged you, share it with someone who needs strength today. Like this video, subscribe for more faith-filled messages. And remember, you are not walking alone. God is with you.